That's a Nigerian joke.
Let's not go into preferences now. Let's get straight into what we have for you this morning. It's Tuesday. Well, what's the first thing you'd expect? Our first musical performance of the day will be coming from an artist, Tino.
Yes, so.
We have a DIY for you on simple hat making, and we'll be joined by Silver Bliss Signatures for that. This doesn't look simple to make, but as I'm looking forward to what she has.
Yes, indeed. Boys Hands is also going to be performing for us a little later on.
And then it's Tuesday, parenting.
Yes,
Zefwa is here, and of course she is that coach that never fails to give us insight. She'll be talking to us on parental tips on births and discussions with the kids.
But when it comes to beauty queens, we'll be having one join us today, Miss University Africa, Malisa Kerr, graduate of architecture from University of Cape Town, South Africa, is going to be here in the studio.
She's very pretty.
Very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, I love that color on you.
Oh,
Mary.
thank you.
I love it.
I saw you on screen earlier.
Okay.
I was trying to run down.
Okay. What?
I thought you looked really gorgeous.
Oh my God.
That's 2 days in a row now.
Thank you. What's that? 2 days in a row. Okay, so I wanted to talk a bit about the fact that kids now are getting really, really sharp. I was walking past someone's gate, and so apparently the gate man's son is like 2 years old. He's less than 2 years old, and he was the one closing the gate. And as he was closing the gate, he was like, "Hello," and he closed the gate, and I heard that sound where the bolt is locking, boom, boom. With one swift move, wee, hello, boom, boom. This guy, this kid is like less than 2 years old. And I'm like...
He might be small. He might be smallish.
No, I actually asked. The gate man said he's just like 1 year, like 9 months.
Okay.
And he's walking, talking,
and he's
greeting people,
gates.
and he's locking gates. And in my mind, I'm like, what just happened?
You know, yesterday I was going to say something, and it's interesting that you'd bring this. The thing is, our minds have been limited from a particular age. You're told that you're a girl, for example, this is how you should act. You're a boy, this is how you should act. And so it has made us limit ourselves in many ways. I'm currently watching one of these series, I'm not much of a
series person,
a movie fan. But whenever I get the opportunity to watch TV, most people will go, yeah, but I actually watch this particular channel, it's an Indian channel. And a particular storyline has to do with a young girl. Our mom had to pretend she's a boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just so that our uncle doesn't get to be the leader of the house. The guy is a ruffian and he kills people and stuff. And this girl would jump, vehicles, act totally like a boy, run with boys, fight with boys, everything. And you know why? Because our mind was not limited. We've been limited, and so many of us conform to what we've been made to be.
But you're talking about the sharpness of kids these days, and that's because of the exposure that they have this time around.
So, like the orientation.
Big shout out to them. And then what she's talking about reminds me of Mulan. Mulan trailer was out yesterday. A lot of people are going all. But there's no "let's get down to business."
Oh, that
I don't know
song.
why. But I don't know. I didn't hear that song. The reason why we're looking forward to Lion King is that they brought everything from
the cartoon,
from the animation into the live action adventure. But Mulan is a wonderful story, by the way. It relates to what Mary said about the lady who had to act like a guy to save her family. So. But kudos to ladies there. Kudos to all
It's like an Arya Stark kind of story, too, when you think about it.
You have to be extra brave.
Arya Stark
somebody is still in love with Arya, so let's just allow him.
No, you know what happens? I feel betrayed. I feel cheated. Like, she was always my favorite character, but then after that particular episode, she now became everyone's favorite character. So I was like, nah, she's no longer my favorite. Everyone is now famsing her.
You know what? We'll take this to the next level another time. We have to go straight to the news now.
Yes.
All right, Titi, it's a very interesting story you brought this morning. But then, you know, when kids are given birth to, remember the concept of tabula rasa. So whatever it is that they're exposed to is what they tend to also imitate.
Very true.
So one should be very careful if that kid is not going to grow up to be a GM, if you know what I want to mean.
GM.
Right, the senator, let's go straight to the news. Now, the senator that assaulted a female attendant at an adult toy shop has been granted bail by magistrate court sitting in Zuba on the outskirts of Abuja. Senator Elisha Abo's bail is in the sum of 5 million naira and 2 sureties in like sum who must have verifiable addresses within Abuja. Senior Magistrate Abdullahi Ilela adjourned the matter until the 22nd of July for hearing. The lawmaker representing Adamawa North had pleaded not guilty to the 1-count charge of assault, despite formally apologizing to the victim a day after the video went viral on social media.
Hard facts as evidence in the course of this is no arraignment on information on FIR. It's purely just on prima facie. That is the little evidence gathered in the course of preliminary investigation. But we'll go further than that because the requirement of the law is that we should prove our case beyond reasonable doubt.
And you know, when you talk of justice is a three-way traffic. Justice to a person that was alleged to have committed an offense because it's an allegation. Justice to the person who alleged that somebody committed offense, and justice to the society. So that's what we are here to do. That's sad.
Now, the former group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Mekanti Baru, has officially handed over to the newly appointed chief executive of the corporation, Mele Kyari. The event, which held in Abuja on Monday, had in attendance dignitaries from all walks of life and past GMDs of the corporation. The new GMD, Mele Kyari, says he is aware of the huge task before him, promising that the corporation, under his guidance, will strive for global excellence. Mr. Kyari also pledged that he and his team will be accountable to the people and insist it will deliver on the citizens' expectations of getting the 4 refineries working by 2023. And a faction of the People's Democratic Party in the House of Representatives has appealed to the party's leadership to lift its suspension on 7 of its members. The PDP suspended Minority Leader Pro-Elumelu, his deputy Toby Okechukwu, and 5 other legislators last week for allegedly ignoring its invitation to a meeting. National Assembly correspondent Jakadisa has the story.
Last week's suspension of 7 lawmakers by Nigeria's leading opposition political party is still a topic of interest in the polity. Opinions are divided over the rationale behind the party's action. At the center of the crisis are these parliamentarians elected on PDP's ticket. Their leaders have been hit by a party suspension and they are not happy about it. They insist Mr. Elumelu and others were duly elected by 111 members of the opposition in line with the House rules. All they want now is for PDP to have a rethink and seek alternative means of achieving a truce.
We're calling on the NWC of our party to rescind the decision suspending the Minority Leader, Honorable Pro-Elumelu, and 6 others. Our decision to constitute the minority leadership of the 9th House of Representatives is in consonance with the House standing orders, particularly Order 7, Rule 8, which derives its strength from Section 60 of our Constitution.
They reaffirmed their confidence in Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila and Minority Leader Pro-Elumelu.
That the minority parties hereby pass a vote of confidence on the newly constituted minority leadership.
The PDP had sent the list of its appointees for the minority seats to Speaker Gbajabiamila, but a faction of the party had kicked, insisting other 8 political parties represented in the House must be recognized. It is yet unclear how the party will resolve its crisis, and events in the next few days will show its strength in calming all frayed nerves and bring an end to these impasse. Jokayadsa, TVC News, Abuja.
And the residents of the Federal Capital Territory have described the activities of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria in Abuja as disturbing and capable of threatening the peace and safety of the territory. They urged security agencies to call the group to order and ensure the security of people in the city. Helen Osamide Akins has more.
Since the arrest and detention of El-Zazaki, the leader of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, his followers have organized a series of protests in some cities, including the Federal Capital Territory, demanding for his release. The development has always resulted in traffic gridlock in the very center of the city, causing a lot of discomfort for many residents during work hours. In October 2018, the police arrested 400 members of the Islamic movement in connection with violent protests in the Federal Capital Territory. Dangerous weapons were also said to have been recovered from some members of the group. These residents are worried that continued protest by the group is putting the city and its residents at risk.
People who see them will be scared, will look like maybe they want to cause some riot or some things. You understand? Sometimes army will hear information, they will cause go slow because of them now the block road for Yanyaro, block roads for Fukuba and all that link that come to the town. Many things like that because of them.
Activities is becoming so worrisome to the extent that people are no longer safe in Abuja. They're supposed to be home for all. Another thing is, when people who are supposed to get to their office by 7 o'clock or by 6 o'clock in the morning, they end up getting to their office by 11:10, causing untold hardship on commuters.
The residents want the group to behave themselves and put the rights of other road users into consideration.
We didn't take laws into their hands, of course, because we have a government in place. I think they can always channel their problems to the appropriate quarters so that it could be addressed.
Government should keep the roads free for all users and stop defacing the Federal Capital Territory with the usual painting of public properties and acts amounting to treasonable offense. They should stop their daily provocation. Enough is enough. Nigeria belongs to all of us. The rights of IMN does not surpass that of the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The leader of the group, El-Zazaki, was arrested in 2015 after his members had a confrontation with the convoy of the Chief of Army Staff in Zaria, Kaduna State. Helen Osamide Akins, TVC News, Abuja.
And that's it on the news update for this hour. Let's take a break now. We'll bring you the weather forecast right this moment.
I believe we're starting with the Nation newspaper this morning. Okay. And the headline is, Oba of Lagos, Obasanjo is problem with Nigeria. Governors Tinubu, Kingibe, others call for national unity at Oshoba's 80th birthday. That is a very strong headline to start the morning. A very strong
one. I'm just trying to take my eyes off it.
It says, Elumelu, others, PDP caucus warns leaders. Senator Abo pleads not guilty to assault charge. It also says Ijegun explosion, death toll now 12. Police parade killer of NYSC member, 18 others. Atiku's witnesses insist on server. Server story is still in the papers. Medical test for fake customs DCG. It also says here DPR shot 17 gas outlets in Ibadan. Oando gets temporary relief against SEC, and Afremix banks $1 billion for African trade. Then finally, Medical Council convicts 2 doctors. I wonder what the charges are.
That's very scary.
That's what we have on the cover of the Nation.
All right, so moving on to the Daily Sun newspaper now. As PDP Atiku open case at tribunal, fireworks, that's the big one. We transmitted results to INEC server, say presiding officer technician. Buhari's lawyers reject president's biodata form, accuse Galadima of fighting for personal gains. Up here, Ijegun fuel explosion, 10 victims die in hospital. That's really sad. And then, of course, Oshoba at 80, Nigerians must unite to fight insecurity. And that's coming from the former head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar. Also had Oshibajo, Lawan, Gbajabiamila, others laud ex-Ogun State governor. Alleged assault, Senator Abo arraigned, gets 5 million naira bail. Rivers Tribunal upholds Governor Wike's victory. Governor inaugurates private school accreditation approval committee. Here there's a photo story. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo in the middle, flanked by Head of State General Abdulsalami Abubakar and his wife Justice Fatima, as well as former Governor of Ogun State Aremo Olusegun Oshoba and his wife Derinsola at the book launch marking Oshoba's 80th birthday in Lagos yesterday. And finally, governors set agenda for federal government and Africa Free Trade Pact. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Sun newspaper.
We have the Nigerian Tribune, and as always, it's always packed.
Yes.
It says here, Presidential Election Tribunal, we transmitted results to INEC server, says witnesses. It also says here, as Buhari kicks against admission of own biodata, court reserves judgment in suit challenging his academic qualification. It also says here, customs officer promotes self-DCG. He's not mentally stable, now hospitalized, says customs. On the assault, Senator Abo, arraigned, granted 5 million naira bail. It's a heavy amount. It says here, Ijegun explosion, 10 more victims die in hospital.
Really sad, that one.
Very sad. And INEC sets 7-point electoral reform agenda for 2023 elections. INEC hamstrung in implementing 2019 election observers' recommendations, says Yakubu. Then finally, 111 pro-Elumelu lawmakers kick against suspension of Elumelu. Others pass vote of confidence in Gbajabiamila. That's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
Interesting. All right, so finally, from the Vanguard newspaper here, presidential tussle. We sent poll results to INEC server, and that's coming from a member of staff. I signed results sheet under duress, and that's coming from a witness. Why I dumped Buhari for Atiku by Buba Galadima. Political gladiators stand up for Shoba, preach tolerance. I'll fix refineries and fill imports by 2023, and that's coming from Kiari. Okoa at 60, there's a story on that. You can check it out in the newspaper. Bola Tinubu, Yemi Oshibajo, another APC opportunists can no longer speak for the Yorubas in Nigeria. That's coming from Ari Bishala. Job losses, 10,733 affected workers get 4.5 billion naira part pension payment as pension fund hit 9 trillion naira. More people going for pensions now. Very smart. British Foreign Commonwealth Office condemns persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Principal officers, PDP reps, their party declares support for Elumelu others. That's an unfolding story, one that many are currently observing. And of course, the photo story here celebrating Oshoba at 80. Now, these are the stories you find in the Vanguard newspaper today, and more, of course.
And of course, it's about time for us to take a quick break. But just in case you didn't know, we have the traffic update coming in just a little bit.
Yeah,
Don't go
stay
away.
with us. right, Lagos, it's time for the Lagos traffic updates right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Now, if you're new to this, of course, I should let you know that you can participate by simply sending your traffic updates to us via Facebook, Instagram, or, of course, you can also send it via Twitter. And ensure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC to tell us what the traffic situation is wherever you may be. And you could take a traffic selfie as well. Yes, that would be really cute to see. Okay, so let's take a look at what the traffic situation is right now. If you are going from Iyano-Ipaja to Oshodi at the moment, it does seem like there isn't so much traffic. I find that shocking. I actually had to check again to be sure that I'm on the correct routes. So I'm just going to take a better look at this. So if you're going from Iyano-Ipaja to Oshodi this morning, the traffic isn't so bad from what I can see here. You can actually be at Oshodi in good time, as a matter of fact. This might be a good time for you to set out to your destination, that is. And then, of course, talking about Oshodi to Isolo area, moving on to Yanoba and back. I'm going to give you that shortly. But first, let me see if Titi has any tweets for me. Titi, are there any tweets?
Thank you, Mary. I have something at Traffic Butter here. Pure Mind says, heavy traffic on Eco Bridge, Inward Marina. That was about 8 minutes ago.
Okay.
It also says here, oh, okay, that was actually a promo. I was about to read a promo by mistake. All
okay.
Right.
Wait, let me allow you recover.
Let me take that one again.
Okay.
Yeah, so Pure Mind says heavy traffic on Eco Bridge, Inward Marina. Inward Marina. So that is anyone coming from the mainland, that's the mainland as access from Eco Bridge coming in, you should expect quite heavy traffic on that particular lane. So far, that's all I have, Mary.
Okay, I have more here. This is for those going from Oworonshoki to Obalende. Right now, it appears that the third mainland bridge isn't such a bad idea. The road is not so congested as you would expect at this time of the day. So if you're coming from Uru, yes, you can pass the third mainland bridge. It will take you just about an hour, 3 to 5 minutes to get to Obalende, as against just an hour ago when it would have taken you less than 30 minutes. But of course, you know, the traffic worsens every minute on that axis. So you find that when you set out from Owuru, the traffic, you would encounter pockets of traffic here and there, yeah. But of course, you find it that when you finally get on the bridge, it's smooth sailing until you get to the Unilag area. Yes, like that intersection in which you can more or less see Unilag on your right. From there, you'd encounter a bit of traffic, then it eases out. It goes on like that until you're approaching Obalende itself, just in the middle of the bridge. You'd encounter bumper to fender traffic, and it goes on like that till you arrive at Obalende. Just a bit of freeway, just one pocket of freeway actually, but it's mostly congested right now. So if you're going to Obalende this morning via Oworonshoki, now is a good time to set out. I hope by the time you get there, like if you're far away from the bridge, that is, it isn't already worse. But right now, if you're on that bridge and you're watching, you're good to go. You should be at your destination in less than an hour. All right, any more tweets for me?
Okay, just something, no tweets at the moment, but then just something a colleague put out there. Lagos State Bad Road Complaint Center. Now, there's a number available if you have complaints about a bad road. In fact, from what I hear, you can take pictures and videos of bad roads that need attention of state government and send to this WhatsApp number. Maybe you might want to take it down now. 070 pardon me, 0703 746 6114. All right, once again, 0703 746 6114. So it's Lagos State Bad Road Complaint Center.
You know, I actually saw that earlier. That was last night. Someone shared it. But I've grown wary of sharing numbers like that, because you find out it might be someone playing a prank on someone by spreading their phone numbers. So hopefully when you call, it turns out to be the correct number. Hey, you never know. All right, so I'll take this last one. If you're heading to Ikeja from Ogba, you will get there in less than 20 minutes this morning because the road is actually very free. That road can be very tricky in the morning. Sometimes you think, should I pass Oba Akran egg access or should I go through the other access? Well, it does seem like if you go through the Agidingbi access that's coming from Ogba, you stand a better chance of getting to Ikeja in less than 16 minutes, which is a good deal. I know not many people really make use of that route in the morning, and that's why the route is usually very free. If you decide to pass through other routes as well, it's not so bad. Say, for example, passing through the Aulo Memorial Statue area, Caterpillar bus stop and all that, that's going through Oba Akran. It's really not bad. But every route right now is actually quite good if you're going to Ikeja from Ogba. I guess that's about it on the traffic updates this morning. I'll be joining the guys in the kitchen right away.
All right, we can't wait to have you, Mary. Now, I've, become a Big Brother Niger fan.
Okay, I'm not.
Just because of this season.
I'm not.
Okay, so I'll give you my reasons why. So, to be honest, I didn't expect it to be as interesting as I feel it is. They've been. I think the fact that they brought it home, brought it to Nigeria, gave it a fresher feel. I feel like all the other editions that were produced outside the country, right, had a feel that was a bit too international, and they hadn't brought it home. But now that they have brought it home,
even though sometimes we hear trailers and all that. So
the fact is, you're having sound issues. I feel it's something that over the next probably 80-something days they will sort out. There were always going to be technical issues, but I'm talking about the people in the house now. The people in the house are actually really cool. I'm connecting with them. I didn't think I would, but the truth is, I only watch. I connect with this lady, Kathy. Kathy and her Britico accent are just too cute. It's so cute. There was a time where she tried to start speaking Pidgin, but she ended up speaking Patois, like Patois Pidgin. So obviously she's not from around here and all that, but she was trying her best to blend in. It was just so cute. And she has really nice diary sessions. And then the fact that there are a lot of intellectual discussions.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're having really, really interesting discussions. It's not about frivolous things. As of right now, maybe those ones will still come later. So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Everybody from intellect, when the thing this thing.
But so I'm happy that that's what's been going on. Then of course the branding is epic. Like every better brand. I think
for one, it's good that it's here. It's cool. We know the kind of challenges that prior to this time the organizers might have had and decided not to hold it in Nigeria here.
Yeah.
But if it's been held in Nigeria, I don't know if it's more expensive for them, but it's been held here. That's one. There's been a call also for some other reality shows that we've missed for a while.
Yeah.
To come back and all that. But then it's the same thing when we talk about like the discussion about female football and all that. It's the one that brings the numbers.
True.
So everybody goes, mathematics competition, you're getting 100K or 1 million. Big Brother, you're getting 1,000. No, I'm coming. I'm not done.
Wait, whenever I hear
wait now, let me finish.
Hold on. When
you
I
have not finished.
You've been talking for so long.
Wait now, let me drop my point now.
It's always tricky. You know why it's tricky? Because it's not about numbers. It's about clouds. That's a lesson you learn in this industry. Your numbers don't matter. It's your clout. It's who you know and who you can actually use to push
So the point is
brand.
that if you look at it now, when you're pulling out as it stands now, when you put it as it stands, you look at how much it is trended. It's the same thing. Your numbers and all of that would determine who's going to put in money into your stuff. So if Nigerians, my point is that if you complain, if we say that we are intellectual people, but then we all want to watch the one that is bringing fun the most.
Yeah. So the math competitions, the quizzes...
They don't have that much eyeballs.
They don't have that many eyeballs. That's the fact. It is a fact. The numbers are right there. But the truth is, I would always promote intellectual content over fun any day because I feel like the young people watching it need to learn something along the way.
Titi, when you go on Twitter, you check out trends. What interests you? You want to see why this thing is trending. There's a lot of money going into this. If someone wakes up tomorrow and decides that all these intellectual competitions, they are going to fund it, there's a lot of money that can be made in that industry.
True.
So,
and they would eventually trend because of it.
Yeah. You'll be shocked to realize that some of the things that you think don't really matter, they actually have good numbers. Internationally, they have very excellent numbers. But guess what? They don't have the clout. They don't have the industries to invest in them.
To be honest, Mike, I think it actually is a phenomenon.
It's not about numbers.
I think it's a phenomenon that people are still yet to understand. The fact that people are edging towards things that are fun and people, just imagine people watching people sleep. And people are watching, people are tuned in. You know, it's just something out of the norm. I think something out of the ordinary that people are just jumping on. But the fact is, this year's monies, the brands behind it are so solid that there must be something that these guys are seeing that we've not connected with yet. You know, there must be something. They won't put their money behind
you have connected, though. You like it now.
No,
You're giving us updates every day.
Yeah, but I just decided this year, you know what? I'm going to find out what exactly
it is.
What it was all
and you
about.
felt it.
So it's supposed to be a social experiment.
You felt
and
it.
So far, I haven't seen anything that is too explicit, I'm putting quotes. So far, things could change. It's early days, but that's it from me. I'm just telling you, I really like Cafe in the house. I think she's cute.
Why, just the accent?
No, not even just the accent. I think she reminds me of someone who's... She reminds me like of a Tokumbo, you know, like someone that was abroad, come home, trying to, you know, enter setting.
She reminds you of yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Kind of. Yeah. So you have to connect with someone.
That's what I figure, yeah. I can understand.
Kind of.
It's always a good thing when you're watching something or you're seeing something and it's something you can actually relate to. It makes you feel good. So I'm glad you found someone you like to meet.
But I'm still not letting my kids anywhere near that channel.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm just
it's a very bad idea.
Just saying.
And then it's the same with almost every other thing. There's a rating. There's a rating. And then on your decoder while you're watching, there's parental control.
Of course.
So rather than say that this kind of things are, if you do have kids in the house, use the parental control function.
Yes, indeed.
Some Indian channels have great ratings.
And on that note, we have to take a quick break, y'all. But hey, Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit.
Tino is here to give us that musical performance. Hello, Tino. How you doing?
I'm good.
You ready for us, right?
Yeah.
Take it away.
I just want to talk to you.
Rex, not no sounds.
Girl, I'm sorry for the pains or the things that I caused you. I've been on my grind since the day that I lost you. Never took a girl, never put one above you.
You know by now that all we require is just 2 hours, 45 minutes every morning of your time.
Yes, sir. And we'll make it worth your while, especially with the lineup that we have for you. So far, we've had quite a great show.
We have. Yeah. 1 hour's gone by already, and it was all that we said it will be.
So sit tight for the next hour starting right now. My name is Titi Layo Onyesong.
I am Mike Messi-Keno. You can catch us live online. We're streaming at tvcontinental.tv and also on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send in your comments and use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC to interact with us.
Please do. We appreciate the interaction. Join our e-community, especially if you have our app. Download it as soon as you can from both Android and iOS stores. Now, just in case you didn't know, you can watch us from anywhere in the world as long as you have access to internet via the app. So get it now.
All right, so a staple of Wake Up Nigeria, quite very important, is the kitchen.
Yeah.
And of course, we have a chef this morning in the kitchen. Hello.
Yes, so hi, chef. Hi, chef. Please, our chef has this amazing outfit on. And the truth is, I can see that whatever he's going to make this morning is going to be on point.
It will be.
Did you see that hat? You saw the hat, Abi? You saw it, Abi?
All right.
That means that he knows what's going on.
So let's move on to what we have in our second to bring to you. Of course, there's nothing better than knowing what's going on.
Wow. And then we have a DIY segment for you.
Well, for me?
For you,
Oh,
yes.
make it hard?
For you, yes, for you. You, Mike.
This is hard, man. It doesn't look easy.
We will be joined by Silver Bliss Signatures, and they're going to be showing us how to make some nice hats.
And then on parenting, Izefwa is a coach that never fails to enlighten us. She'll be giving us practical tips to parents on having the birds and the bees discussion. Birds and bees, Titi, that looks like your life.
Well, the birds and the bees is an interesting way of...
Euphemism, find a way, put a nice twist to it.
To talk about what actually happens.
Euphemism, Yes. What brought you here?
We have some more music coming your way soon. Boys Hands will be in the building. Now, Afro-fusion artist Boys Hands is something you should look out for.
Of course, finally, we'll be joined by Miss University Africa, Melissa Kaur, who is a graduate of architecture from the University of Cape Town, South Africa.
Yes, indeed. She's so pretty.
Like,
oh
her
my
smile
God,
is amazing.
And look how cute she is. Oh my God.
Well, what's the name of the pageant again?
Miss University Africa.
University Africa.
Yeah.
Quite a number of pageants.
Yeah. Oh no, but Miss University has always been. This is at least a decade old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Nigeria compete?
I know there was a Miss University Nigeria where we were supposed to compete in World Miss University.
Okay.
Because I was a contestant.
You yes. Have gone.
No, the hustle has been real. I didn't go very far. Let's just put it that way.
No, but you know something funny about life? You try something and it doesn't work out, but you don't know that there are other bigger plans even waiting for you.
So lucky for me, I didn't, just give up there. I went on to FBGN, and I was Miss Lagos. So, 2007. So, same year. This is the same year of the disappointment.
So how far did
I
Lagos
was never
Lagos went to top 10. Yes, I was in the top 10, and I won for Best African Costume.
I'm proud of you, Jerry.
Yeah, I have the Best African Costume. Yes, I won that. Oh my gosh.
Done.
But they just give you full states. Like, it's not like based on your origin.
Okay, so
states,
actually, so during that particular period, they actually asked your state, and if they couldn't find someone for a state, was when they would give you another one. But because I am from Lagos, so it was easy for me to get Lagos.
To get it.
Yeah, quite easy.
Okay. All right, okay. Now you've seen that spread. We are here in the kitchen. I've got Chef Julius in the house. How you doing?
I'm fine.
It's great to have you. Welcome. Okay, so Chef Julius is making his debut on the show. It's great to have you, man. Okay, so I love what I'm seeing here. What are we preparing this morning?
Penny arrabbiata.
What's it again?
Penny arrabbiata.
Penny arrabbiata. Okay. And what are the ingredients? Let's talk about the ingredients. What do we have here? Let's go through all of them.
Okay, we have salt.
Okay. And you can see there.
We have seasoning cube, black olives.
Okay. That's a black olive,
Yes. Fresh tomato and pepper.
Okay.
Garlic.
All right.
Onions.
Okay.
And tomato puree.
All right. So these are the main ingredients. I'm saying that's chicken lamb.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this is
penny.
The penny.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. So let's get started. It's an Italian meal, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's get started. What's the first thing we do?
To parboil the.
Okay. Let's go. Let's get started. Ooh, okay, okay. Yeah, we parboil it. It's already been boiling. Is this boiling? Is okay. All right, let's put it on this one because that burner wasn't working and all of that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so while that is getting ready, is there any other thing that we need to prepare here?
Yes.
Okay, so we
chop my tomato.
okay, let's do that. Let's do that now. Let's chop it now. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring this out. We can chop it here. We can chop it here. Where's our knife?
Here.
Okay, our knife is here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's we can chop it here. Okay.
I have to wash my tomato.
Okay, sure, definitely. All right, let's go. So, what is it? Fresh tomatoes as well as puree,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
All right, that's cool. Okay. Okay, is there any reason why you're cutting it in this specific way?
I'm going to chop it so
Okay,
it will be
into
very, very smaller.
Small. Okay, but at the end, would you still want the tomatoes to be visible when it's done? Would you still want? Would you want it to be visible, or it's just the taste that would appear in it?
Just the taste that will appear in it.
Okay, so it won't be visible, right?
Not at all.
It won't be. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that means that it's going to go into very, very small pieces, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. While we're still here sorting this out, now we'll just take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at things making rounds in the entertainment world. Now, this one would interest you. A Lithuanian man and his wife have won the World Wife Carrying title for the second year in a row. Now, the competition says that men must leap over timber and wade through waist-high water to carry their wives to become champions, and the winner smiles home with his wife's weight in beer. Vaitoatus Kiklaskos and his wife Neringa Kiklauskian cleared a grueling 253.5-meter obstacle course in 1 minute and 6.72 seconds. Now, couples from over a dozen countries, including Australia, France, and Germany, took part in the annual race in Sankajärvi, Finland, 300 miles north of Helsinki, the capital. The rules stipulate that the woman must be over 17 years of age and weigh at least 108 pounds. Now, despite the event's names, couples don't have to be married, and organizers say male contestants could still enable his wife if they don't have a female companion. Let's see how that race ensued. Interesting one there. All right, on quite a sad note, American actor and Disney star Cameron Boyce was confirmed dead at the age of 20 after suffering a seizure. Now, the bottle cap challenge is the latest craze blowing off social media. Now, to try your hand or foot at the challenge, you need a bottle with a loosely placed lid on top and then somebody ready to press record on your phone. Now, the aim is to kick the lid off the top of the bottle using a circular martial arts kick called a roundhouse. Now, it might look easy, but it requires a surprising amount of skill. It started back on the 25th of June by this person, a taekwondo fighter and instructor Farabi Davlechin, who posted this amazing kick trick. Now, after this, action film star Jason Statham then got involved, posting a slow-mo video of him taking the challenge. Since then, everyone has been doing the challenge. Now, let's take a look at some of our favorite bottle cap challenges making the rounds on the internet.
Tre.
So which do you think was the best there? Mariah Carey's was just calm, man. There's no way your voice is taking out that bottle cap. All right, that's all on entertainment news. Let's head over to Mary. We have a DIY on heart making.
And this promises to be really exciting, this DIY on heart making, because I have the delectable Ada Opo of Silver Bliss Signatures right here in the studio with me. Now, together, we'll be making something fantastic. She is a professional accessories designer, and you can, of course, see some of her works. So what exactly are we making today? Is it any replica of all these designs or something totally different?
Yes, we are making a gele fascinator. What we are making is a top of this, the top of that one.
Okay.
So that is what we want to do. So we want to use gele fabrics. The gele fabrics you know already. This is sago. Yeah. We want to use it to make a fascinator. Okay. So that is what we want to do right now.
Let's see how this goes.
I want to introduce to you some of the materials we need. You need a gele fabric. You can use sago. You can use ashoke. Okay. And we need a headband. You can see it. We need detail. So we are detailing today with a brooch and a netting. Okay. So of course you need your needles and your thread and all that. So to do this, there are so many ways of doing it, but we're going to be exploring the simplest way of creating a gele fascinator with sago fabrics. Okay. So right now, all you need to do is to have your fabric. I'm having a 75 inches, length and 11 inches width.
So 75 inches.
75 by 11.
Okay.
So you have a paper like this. This paper is 3 inches from here.
Okay.
So the length does not really matter. So all you need to do is that you insert it and you fold it.
Okay.
Why did we insert the paper? We did because we want the paper to guide us through the process.
Okay.
So you fold, you make your fold all the way. Okay. You make your fold all the way, all the way, all the way. So you keep doing it until you exhaust the fabrics.
Okay.
So we have a little remaining and we're gonna cut.
Okay.
So once you're done doing that, you need to remove the insert.
Okay.
So once you're done, I'm taking 3 inches from this place. I hope you can see what I'm doing. 3
Yes.
inches from here. So once you're done doing that, you cut something like an arc.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
from here, I'm gonna cut an arc.
Okay.
I'm gonna make an arc.
Interesting, isn't it?
So once you're done doing that, you like see what you have.
Nice.
You have this.
So it's like having a crown.
So you're kind of having an edge, scallop edge all the way.
Okay. So
when
what
you're
next?
done doing that, you have your needle and your thread.
Okay.
So you do a running stitch.
Okay.
All the way. So first of all, you need to secure
the edge.
Yes, secure your needle.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of it. Don't worry. So you secure this place.
Okay.
And what do you want to do again? You do your running stitch.
Okay.
So a running stitch, you know, just like this, you keep going all the way down.
Okay.
So you do a running stitch. Okay. Running stitch, keep doing it until you exhaust.
The 75 inches in all.
Yes, until you exhaust it.
Oh, wow.
So this is how
the shape
you...
is already taking form anyway.
Yes. This is how you do it. Okay. Until you are done.
Okay. I'm actually very interested, very curious to see what the end result of what you're doing would be.
Really?
Yes.
So you have to do it.
It does seem a lot like that one, but I can't tell for sure.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, wait until we are done.
I'm very, very interested in seeing the end product of this. You make it seem so easy.
It's so easy. As far as you know your way, you know, it's quite very, very easy. So I'm using a very big needle because sewing sago fabric can be somehow very difficult.
Okay.
But with the big needle,
it makes it easier to navigate.
It makes it a lot more easier.
Okay.
So you walk your way all through. Okay. All through, all through.
We're almost at the end.
Yes. I want to get rid of this so that you don't get confused.
Yeah, sure. Because I was wondering if we're still going to make use of that.
No, I'm not going to make use of it.
Okay, okay. Go ahead.
You do all the way, and we are here.
Okay.
So when you're done doing that, you pull it.
You tighten it very well.
Yes. You make your gathers.
Okay.
So you can even choose to make your fabrics bigger than this if you want it to look more flamboyant than this.
Okay.
So it all depends on how you want to rock it.
Okay.
So when you're done, the edge, that place we started,
you tie it back.
You secure it. Once you're done, you secure very well. This one is going to be bigger than the other one.
Than this one, right?
Yes.
So it's the same design, I guess,
It's the same design, but this one is going to be
larger.
Larger than it. So that is it. Working sago with sago can be very difficult because it's quite a very thick fabric.
Yeah.
But you have to do your best.
Okay. So what happens right after we finish tying it up?
What happens is that you secure very well.
Okay.
Like you see what I'm doing, trying to secure very well.
Okay.
So we're already having, this one is going to look so big.
Yeah.
So we're already having something beautiful.
Okay.
So you secure. You know, you only did a running stitch.
Yes.
Oh, shit. The thread has cut, so I have another one.
Okay. So that's the purpose of always having a backup when it
Yes,
comes to
yes,
the threading.
yes.
Because I was wondering why you had 3 of them when you only
Yes.
needed 1.
Yes.
Okay.
So the middle, you need to secure very well. You see, I'm wasting so much time securing this. Please, do not use adhesive to do this.
It has to be sewing.
Yes,
I noticed you also sewed this.
You have to sew.
Okay.
We do more of hand work than gluing work.
Okay.
Glued work is for lazy people.
Okay.
And
So Ada is going to continue this process. You can see it's something that I'm very sure you're eager to see what the results will be at the end of the show today. So you need to stay tuned for that, all right? In the meantime, however, let's take a break. We will return shortly. Stay with us as Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, parenting is our next segment. Discussing the birds and the bees with our kids cannot be avoided in times like this. Izefwa is here to discuss the basics for parents to discuss sex education with their children. She's a parenting coach, teacher, educator, positive psychology practitioner, and so much more. She's also a friend of the house. Welcome back.
Great to be
Izefwa.
here this morning.
You know, it's one of those topics that I've been so eager to talk about, but I've always had, you know, I've always had to think about it from so many different perspectives. But I would love to hear what your tips are to parents watching right now. How do you begin the discussion of sex education, and when does it start?
So maybe we'll do the when.
Okay.
So the when for sex education would be, I always like to say this thing should start early.
Okay.
From day one. First of all, the when would begin with you as a parent.
Okay.
What is sex? When you think about what sex really is. I know that generations before our generation, that was a much more difficult conversation.
Sure.
Parents could not even mention the word where their kids are. So I think the when starts with us learning to be comfortable with the word sex, just as every other thing is.
Okay.
So before you have children, and even when you have your babies, to know that sex is how they were born.
Okay.
So
Very
sex,
simple.
very simple, and sex must be talked about. And then the second when is, with you, is knowing that you're not going to teach sex to your child because you're afraid.
Okay.
You would not teach sex from fear. You would teach sex from love because of what's going on. A lot of us are so afraid about sex, talking about it, so we teach it as a bad thing. So for me, that is
we come from a negative.
A negative.
And this is being discouraged. Why exactly?
So it's been discouraged because while we're trying to protect our children when they're young, we also want to empower them for adult life.
Okay.
I have a lot of people I work with whose sex is such a big challenge for them because they got into it thinking sex is a bad thing.
Okay.
Right. So
but that's how you were born. It's a natural process.
Yeah.
It's something that happens between married couples.
Yes. Who love each other, and it happens for them to be together, to enjoy each other, and then children come as a result of it for procreation. So we need to be very clear when we teach our children that. I tell my girls, sex is interesting, it's sweet, you would love it. They should know the truth. And another reason is because when we present sex as a negative thing to them, and for any reason they dabble into it and they begin to enjoy it, we become liars.
So the parents, it feels like something parents were trying to hide from them.
And they just
because maybe it makes the parents seem selfish, makes them seem like they were trying to withhold something from their children.
And we know that even from their biology, they would enjoy it. Even when it is coming from an abuser, everybody loves to be touched, right? Particularly for children who do not, we talked about that last week, who do not get the affection from home. So telling the whole truth, it's very important.
So can we talk about the touches? And I know that we've discussed this before where we talked about good touches and bad touches.
Yes.
obviously we are encouraging that this is the education aspect and not encouraging parents to ask kids to go into it.
Of course not.
I'm just clarifying that. I'm saying that we're talking about the basics so that they don't learn it from
They
somewhere
don't learn
else.
it from somewhere else, and when for those that would discover it, they discover it in truth. So you know how it is not someone that tells you and discover, oh, they didn't say this part.
Yeah.
Right?
They didn't tell me that
They didn't
part.
tell me that part.
Yeah.
But the touch is, of course, while you give the education as well, they need to know what is good touch like and what is
bad touch.
inappropriate touch, or like some people say bad touch, right? And of course, what is good touch? I touch your hands. So this is really dicey. Because the truth is, for perpetrators, even touching a hand can be bad touch to the child, because they're touching with an intention. So I like to say, when someone touches you and you feel uncomfortable,
it's a bad touch.
It is inappropriate. You know, children we should recognize they're human beings. And they know intuitive beings, right? So somebody touches you and you do not like the touch, it's about, even if it's your hand they even hold, you don't know him and he's touching and cuddling your hand,
remove your hand. It's
Please.
a bad touch.
It's not appropriate.
So
be respectful
I
to your
actually
hand.
came from the angle of, first of all, if it's a stranger, it's a bad touch.
Absolutely.
Right? If it's a complete stranger, it's a bad touch. If the person doesn't ask your permission.
Consent. I was going to talk about that.
Okay, if the person doesn't ask your permission, it's also a bad touch. So,
but what if a perpetrator asks for your permission and then you let him touch because he asks for your permission?
Meaning that before my child would allow or give permission, it means that the child doesn't understand what giving permission means. Meaning that they don't understand their private areas.
So the angle I like to talk about this from is respect.
Okay.
What is disrespectful to you? And so, Titi, this is dicey, because if we can talk about just sex, but we need to teach our children respect in the whole, what respect actually means when someone is disrespecting you. And that means we need to begin to respect them.
Of course.
Even respect their voice, respect their choices. Because if you do not respect just the basic things and their choice, you don't just want them to stand up for themselves when somebody's disrespecting their sexuality.
Of course.
So it's a holistic, so just to highlight, they shouldn't touch your breast, they shouldn't touch your genitals, they shouldn't touch your armpits, nobody should kiss you on the lip or touch your lips.
And these are basic.
Those are basics. And then, very, very important, I say to my girls, don't sit on anybody's lap. When we have guests and you're hugging them, calm down, because their private part, their penis is there, and you sit and don't do that. That is their private. Respect their private.
So I'm interested in mentioning the private zones and understanding personal space. So this is something I went through with the twins. And I actually spread my arms right around me. And then I said, if anyone is coming into your private space, it's because they're familiar with you. And if, for instance, it's a family member, they should still be able to ask your permission before giving you a hug, which means that they have to ask permission.
Can I hug you?
Yes. Can I hug you? Can I
love that.
you know,
Can I hug you?
So I went through that process. I know this is not a topic we can finish right now, but we've started in a good place. Izefa, please come back and continue this topic with us.
Thank you for having me.
Soon. Thank you so much. Now, we hope you've taken a few pointers out of that for the parents out there that are watching. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tell us what you think about this particular aspect. Now, we have to head over to Mike and what Chef Julius are doing in the kitchen. They're cooking up a storm, I believe.
All right, yeah, we're done with the, what do you call it now? The pasta. Yes. Yeah, the pasta. So now we're going to the sauce, okay? And the oil's already on fire. So let's get started with the sauce.
Okay. I'm adding up the garlic.
Okay. That's the first time. I thought maybe the onions that were going first.
No.
Okay, no, the garlic, yeah? Okay.
People don't like the smell of the garlic, so...
Okay, so you allow it to go on for a while and all of that. Okay. All right. So that's the garlic already. And how long will this simmer for, fry for?
Like a minute.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we going to allow it to get brownish?
No, at all. So I'm adding the onions. The tomato will go in.
All of them going at the same time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the pepper.
All right. That's the sauce looking. Okay. All right. So how long is that going to stay for?
It's going to stay for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. So while that is going on, is our chicken ready for? Would the chicken go inside the sauce?
Yes.
Okay. But it's not. We didn't have to parboil it first.
No.
Okay, we don't have to.
Yes.
Okay, so is it well prepared now? It's going to go in like this?
Yes.
Okay, well, so can you tell us what you did to the chicken so that some people can know what you did to it? How did you prepare it to get to this point?
Okay, I cut the chicken so that the sauce will go in.
Okay, exactly.
So that the sauce will go penetrate inside the.
Okay, inside the chicken,
the
eh?
chicken, so you can enjoy.
So that means that you gave it incisions inside and all of that.
Yes. As you can see.
Okay, how about this one? The same thing also.
The same thing.
Yeah, so that I can go
in.
Go in. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So and then how about this? The olive. This will come much later, right?
Yes.
Okay, it will come much
This
later.
will come in now.
Okay, it's coming in now. All right, let's go. Okay.
Adding the chicken now, so
Okay,
that the chicken can get done with the sauce.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go.
And then the season cube.
Season cubes, okay? All right. I've never seen it done this way, but this is cool. So okay, and then we're going to leave it like this for a while.
Yes.
So how long will we leave it like this?
I'll add water.
We're adding water now, eh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, so this should stay for like how long?
For like 6 to 8 minutes.
Okay. Would the chicken have been, well cooked by then?
Yes.
You would have, eh? Okay. Now be enough. But what if somebody wanted to? Is it okay to parboil the chicken before you put it inside the sauce?
It's well washed.
Okay.
Yes, so that the chicken will give the sauce an extra taste.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So while we're waiting for this 6-8 minutes to parboil, we'll take a break now, and it's the final hour of the show coming right up.
Hello, and how has your morning been going so far?
It's been 2 whole hours of your favorite breakfast show, and there's still more.
Yes, indeed. Of course there is. There's quite literally a number of great, interesting stuff coming your way. My name is Titilayo Oyinsan.
I am Mike Mexicano. You can also watch us live via streaming at tvcontinental.tv and also on Facebook at TVC Connect. Sending comments using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Honestly, those comments mean so much to us. You have no idea. They make us feel good. They let us know that you're there. Send them in. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And of course, download our app. Our mobile app for both Android and iOS stores allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world. So make sure you have it.
Okay, and then another musical performance will be coming to you live this morning from Afrofusion artist Boy Sands.
Then we will be joined by Miss University Africa, Marlise Sakur, who is a graduate of architecture from the University of Cape Town, South Africa. Look how cute she looks. Oh, goodness me. She's so nice. Then, of course, we have a guest that's also coming from Malimbe magazine. And she's going to be talking about the magazine and how really interesting Africa is. There's a lot of content about Africa, Nigeria inside the magazine. It'll be really great to
And I find it interesting that it's done in, you know, in association, let me use that, not conjunction, with major airlines.
Airlines.
So that's really
do people still read magazines that much?
I do.
Well, I do. But what I noted was that the place that they read the magazines the most is on journeys.
Yes.
True.
So in flight, in a vehicle, in a taxi, places like that where you can't really have access to either internet or devices, you know, something that's less techy. So people will pick up a magazine and flip through.
Or watch a movie.
So probably, most of the magazines should also ensure that their e-presence is strong, right? So that because that's where, you know, we have Kindles now. People, I mean,
go online.
I mean, Kindle. So you know, there's this picture that was it trended at one time. I used to have this picture where it was like a 2070, and kids there's a book on the ground, and kids were with a stick and like, what's this?
Oh, wow.
And it was a book.
It's so interesting that you should say that.
It was a book.
But when you think about it, there has been this whole campaign about cutting down less trees. And the paper industry was really a major culprit of that because in order to make white paper,
you need to
cut down more trees and things like that. So in order to save the trees, save the forests, a lot of people are going to recycled paper. And recycled paper might not work for a magazine, for instance. It might not work for a paper company. So eventually, books might just fade out.
They will, though. They will. I mean, before now, we had scrolls.
True.
We don't see scrolls again. And so we don't see scrolls again. What we see books now. So, and then we have Kindles and everything is becoming electronic. So you won't, so the book as you know it
there are some of us that prefer the books. Like, I still buy hardcovers.
And they'll call you old school now.
Well, I'd rather be old school and enjoy reading my book.
Well,
I'd rather be old school.
There is something about the smell of paper, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I
you
love
feel like you're
that smell when you flip
story.
it.
Yeah.
Feels like you're smelling something
like,
interesting.
We still have parents that like using chewing stick.
Wow.
It doesn't mean that there are no toothbrushes not automatic. But,
so do what suits you. That's it. Let's just leave it at that. Do what suits you. You're welcome back at Still Wake Up Nigeria, and our guest today is very qualified and has been busy, quite busy in fact, after finishing a double major in economics and journalism from Universidad Carlos III in Madrid. That should be 3-0 in Madrid. Also graduating with a double master's degree in international business and communications with honors. Now, she has more than 15 years of experience in the media industry and has worked in radio, newspapers, and economic publications. Joining us today from Malimbe magazine is Anna Colazo Acha.
Thank you, Mary.
And this is her very first time on TV.
Exactly.
And so if you see her looking tense, it's because she's like, I'm so private.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Malimbe magazine it's amazing, and you've done a lot of work with it. But I'm very curious about it. What informed Malimbe magazine in the first instance?
Well, we actually saw an issue. We saw that most of the airlines in the world, they have a magazine and they produce a very high quality magazine. But here in Nigeria, because of the size as well, we have many airlines, but of a smaller size. So it's not an easy business, and we felt like they were not able, they have to focus on their own operations. Yeah. So we met with them and we offered them this option to produce the magazine for them. And we convinced 5 of them. So right now we're producing producing every month for 5 different local airlines in Nigeria with content that is fully Nigerian.
Everything in this magazine is fully Nigerian and made in Nigeria. Now you have the magazines for in-flights, that's for airlines and all, but you also have a major magazine, which means that in total you produce 6 different magazines every month with different contents. How do you pull that off?
It's a little bit of a challenge sometimes, but we created a system that works. So we needed a general edition. We call it general edition because obviously I cannot send to an embassy or to a hotel or to a restaurant something that is branded. And also then we felt like many people, they wanted the magazine even if they were not flying. So we find some people that they buy our magazine online or on our website because they feel like, okay, I travel March and April, I have those editions, but I want June and July. So they buy it, they enter to our website and they buy it online.
So you can buy this magazine online, subscribe to it online as well.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Okay, so how do you get your content? I'm looking through now and I'm seeing so many interesting stuff talking about information and all. And you even try to put in some of this travel stuff as well, just so as to have an effect on those who are probably trying to explore the country. How do you pull this off?
So we have a very good Nigerian editing team who writes the part of the magazine, and then we encourage as well Nigerians to participate with us. So for example, we have a chapter for photography. So those landscape photographers in Nigeria, they send us pictures as well to appear in the magazine. We have a chapter for poetry, so we encourage as well poets. We have another chapter for fashion, so those designers who are coming up in Nigeria, we encourage them to send us the information. And you know, we've received very good feedback. People are very happy appearing then, and that is what makes the content worth it as well, because it's Nigerian.
It's Nigerian. Okay, so that brings me to my next question, talking about it's Nigerian. Now, as a Nigerian, I'm watching this, I've got content, I'm able to provide info for you, for your magazine. How do I get to be a part of this?
So there are very different options. Inside of the magazine, there are contact details that you can send us, for example, by email or give us a call. And then online as well, we have our website, malimbe.africa. There you can immediately send directly because it tells you a guideline, it tells you some guidelines on how to do it for the different chapters. And then obviously we also are on social media because we have 100 pages every month, so might as well take advantage and put it on social media. So we are on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and there's one on Twitter. So you can also contact us on Malimbe Africa in any of those social media.
So entries are actually open to everyone?
Yes.
There are no limits?
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of entries are we looking at exactly? I know there's art here, there's fashion as well. What else?
From art, fashion, we have gastronomy, so we invite as well the chef that you guys have here. We have, I don't know, education, we have environment. We wanted to talk about the environment because, for example, Malimbe, the meaning is a bird. It's a bird that only exists here in Nigeria, in Ibadan. So it's an endangered species as well, so we wanted to create some awareness about that.
Just so people can know about Malimbe. So Malimbe is actually a bird that
and that's why we have in the logo the symbol with a bird, which we felt like it was a good symbol for a flying magazine, obviously.
Yeah, this is beautiful. So what location is this?
Well, it's in Sri Lanka. So because it's a travel magazine, the only content every month that is not Nigerian is an international destination. So we always try to encourage people not to only visit Nigeria. We always go to a local destination and then an international destination.
So what local destination do we have this month?
This one is Benin.
Benin?
No, Benin, yes, Benin.
Okay.
So we went to Benin last month, for example, we went to Kaduna where there was a very beautiful castle. It's very nice, so we send photographers to these places. It's funny because I'm not Nigerian and I feel like I like Nigeria so much and it's so rich and there's so many things and so much potential in this country that I felt like it's very easy to do a magazine in Nigeria because the content is amazing.
Exactly.
So, and
you know, it's a good thing to hear someone else say this because, you know, when you tell Nigerians there's a lot Nigeria has to offer.
I know, sometimes I feel like Nigerians are not, you know, like someone has to come here and say,
This is how it should be done.
This is amazing. You guys have an amazing country, so much potential, because the international image that Nigeria has is not as good as it should be, actually. And that's because maybe the media or the people has not been talking as well as it should be about Nigeria.
So let's talk about you. Why Nigeria? Like, why do you love the country so much? How did you come about coming to Nigeria?
Well, the truth is, all I've said, for example, the potential, the beauty, but especially the dynamism. This is a country where you will never get bored. There's so many things to do, so many activities, and it's a very dynamic environment. So every single day you're learning something new. And that is something that you cannot learn in many other countries, because here, every day you have a challenge, every day there's something that you can learn.
So did you choose to come to Nigeria, or work brought you here, or how did you?
I did. Well, the truth is that, for example, this opportunity, you can't find it in many other countries, because obviously in most of the countries in the world, the airline industry became only one. So here you have many different airlines that you can work with. So obviously this is an opportunity that only comes in Nigeria, plus in some other countries, but specifically here. I had lived here before. I wanted to come back, so I partnered with a couple of people, including a Nigerian person, to do this.
Okay, so you've lived here before?
Yes.
You've lived and worked, or you lived?
Well, I came 4 years ago. It was just 4 years ago. I was here for around 2 years. I left, and then I quit to just come back to Nigeria.
Great to have you back then.
Thank you.
So besides the magazine, what are you looking at to project in future using the brand Malimbe?
Well, we see that there's many people now that, because they see the quality of what we produce, they're asking us for other things, such as going to print for them, for example, their annual reports, or do their advertising or their marketing. They see how in 4 months we have grown on the social media so much.
Which is amazing. 4 months since March 2019.
Yeah. Wow. So that's why we're actually moving with the demand. So whatever is, people are telling us, look, we like what you're doing. Can you do something similar for us, or can you do this for us? So we analyze those requests, and we're going with the demand.
Okay. So you edit some of the stories in here?
Myself,
yeah.
I read everything, but right now, the first 2 editions, I was doing it. Now we have a very nice editor and a great team. I review absolutely everything, but right now, I'm only writing my own column. I have a small column there.
Oh, what's your column?
It's the editor's column.
The editor's
column. Obviously,
okay, so I'm going to check that out right now. Thank you so much for being
here.
Thank you. And a great conversation with you. All right, it's time for a musical performance on Wake Up Nigeria, and Boy Sans is here. Hi.
Yeah, but we have Boy Sans here. He's a multi-talented Afrofusion artist whose versatility and amazing vocals have been able to help him carve a niche for himself in the Nigerian music scene. Okay, and he's going to perform here for us. How are you doing, Boy Sans?
Very good.
What's the
pouch, yeah?
the pouch? Is that trademark or something?
Oh no, not really. I just like to take it around because I keep my stuff inside.
Oh, okay. So you always have to carry it around and all of that. Okay, cool. So you've been doing music now for like 4 years now, professionally, right?
Yeah.
Any album out there?
Oh no. But I'm working on my EP. It's set to drop by September.
September.
Yeah.
All right. What can we expect from the EP?
Okay, you have to expect versatility because I have like too many sounds I experiment with.
Okay.
So you have to expect versatility.
Well, okay. So what are those different sounds that you normally experiment with?
Okay, so I do. You can't take away Afro from in Nigeria.
True. At least for you to reach out and get to the people all over. Yeah.
But then I grew up listening to so different because my dad has a whole lot of albums. So I listen to different sounds. So they affect how I vibe, how I produce music. So I just tend to experiment and it comes out really well. So I just go with it.
All right. Okay, Boy Sans, take it away.
Thank you.
It's Music Nation.
One time for the DJs when they play my song in the club. 2 time for the girl them when they dance anytime the beat drop.
Welcome back. Now, Wake Up Nigeria continues with a very extra special guest. We have royalty in the building, people.
Yes, we do.
Royalty.
Yes, we do.
Malise Sakur is a graduate of architecture from the University of Cape Town.
Now she won Miss University Africa 2018 and has used a platform for various number of commendable projects geared towards making life better for other people.
Such projects include education for the underprivileged, sanitary pads for young girls in Mozambique who can't afford it, and so much more. Yes, the Queen is here.
Queen Malise Sakur.
Welcome.
You won this crown in Nigeria, by the way.
Yes, I did.
Ah, can you tell us about that pageant, how it went for you, how you were able to best over 50 other young ladies to win this beautiful crown, I must say.
Yeah, so firstly, I'd like to say good morning Nigeria, good morning world. I know we've been seen by the whole world.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here. Well, Miss University Africa is an amazing platform for young women to have a voice. It's a non-bikini pageant with all the girls, where we celebrate the African beauty of all the girls without exposing our bodies, because what really defines the beauty of a woman is through what she has in her eyes, in her mind, and in her heart. So it's the principles of this pageant is what made me fall in love with it in the first place. So it was amazing, and I'm so honored to have won and to be representing the youth and the African beautiful ladies of our continent. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much for coming to talk to us today. I have to say, you have a busy schedule. You're going all over the world, right? Okay, at least all over Africa.
All over Africa.
So how many countries have you visited so far?
So far, I have visited 5.
5 countries?
Yes.
Okay.
So 6, yes.
This is the 6th one, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, this is the 6th one. So I've been to Malawi, I've been to Congo, Brazzaville, Ethiopia, Mauritius, and now Nigeria.
What have you been able to glean from your experiences so far around these countries you've been to? About Africa, what have you been able to glean?
It's been amazing. It's amazing how we Africans, we have so much similarities, but at the same time, our cultures are different, and that's what makes them each one of them unique. So it's been amazing to be able to get to know the richness of our culture, of African culture, and being able to participate in a more community service and social upliftment level. It has been great because you can see how you can see how, even though like the situation sometimes is not amazing, like there's still hope in the hearts and in the eyes of every single person I interact with, and it's just amazing. It's beautiful.
Yes, and as you can see, that crown looks so beautiful.
It does.
And she looks so beautiful. Okay, so I have to ask about you now. Let's talk. Let's go away from the pageant. What do you like to do? What does Malise like to do in her spare time?
Well, I am a very positive person, let's say. I like to do things that excite me and make me happy. And you won't believe it if I say I've been doing community service and things like that since the age of 13. And back then, all I had was love to share. But it's something I like to do in my spare time. It's something that fulfills my heart. It's something that I am happy doing. It's where I find myself. I usually say I found myself serving others. And it's something that this passion has been growing throughout the years. So what is Malise behind this crown? Malise is just someone that likes to share love, to share kindness, to be positive, to make people laugh. If there's something I can do, is make people laugh. And something I love is just seeing people happy is one of the things that really makes me happy. So Malise outside this crown is just a girl that has a dream, which was to become an architect. But when I studied architecture, it wasn't only to make the pretty houses, because they're pretty, but you know that what I love about architecture is that you can use what God gave us, which is, for example, for me, it's the gift of drawing, to better people's lives. So I have a even bigger dream of one day being able to, let's say, be remembered for someone who who helped Africa become a better place in terms of architecture, providing a shelter for those who don't have a classroom to study, or a house for those who live under a bridge. So those things, that's why I got involved with architecture, and now I have this platform.
Oh, honestly, I have a feeling there's someone watching right now who is going to partner with your project plans and make it happen. Because the passion with which you're using to talk about it is so key. But I know you're probably, I think behind the crown, you're also a sporty person. Am I right?
I was back in high school.
What sport
did you do?
I used to play netball and soccer.
You see?
I was the first team soccer captain.
It's football.
Football, soccer.
It's only, I don't know why it's only the Americans that call it soccer, because they call another sport football.
You also
call it soccer?
Yes. Football is more like, you know, the one way the people tackle themselves, like something like that.
How do you play football in your hand? You should not do that. It's football. But then I get your course.
Football. I used to be the I'll adjust to the Nigerian.
It feels like you're an all-rounder. You know, you have your mind set on certain goals. You know, but if, for instance, you didn't have the crown or you didn't go for the pageant, what would you be doing?
Right now, I would be, well, I mean, without the crown, I would be kind of doing the things I'm doing now, but in a very small scale, because I mean, it's a little bit hard to get as far as I'm getting without a title that gives me so much credibility for my work.
Kind of like just amplified what you would have wanted to do.
So I can do what I love to do, but in a much bigger scale, with a bigger impact, not only in Mozambique, but in Africa. So, yes, for me, it's all about empowering people and just making them, especially women. I believe that women in Africa need to be empowered. They need to know their worth. They need to know how amazingly capable they are to do great things. And I think it's just like we need to, you know, strengthen that girl code and that girl power game. Yeah.
I'm with you, sister.
How much longer are you going to be with the crown? How much longer
do you have before you hand over?
Well, this crown is going to be handed over around October, but I feel like all of us have an invisible crown that will be carrying over.
Okay, so after October, what are the plans? What plans do you have? I mean, when you do relinquish the crown, what are your plans going forward?
Moving forward, well, firstly, before I hand over the crown, I want to be able to set a platform, set a foundation, so that after the crown, I can still continue doing the work I'm doing.
Okay.
And for that, right now, I'm in the process of opening my own foundation, so that this doesn't end only with the crown. Because
True.
I believe that winning Miss University Africa or handing over the crown of Miss University Africa is just the beginning, because we have so much more to offer the world, so much more to do, and that's something that you can't stop just because you're not wearing a
crown.
Big, beautiful crown like I am right now.
It is.
So for moving forward, well, there's this project I'm working on right now.
Can I hold you? Can I hold you on that?
No
we have
problem.
to walk to the kitchen, but you can talk to us about it as we take the walk to the kitchen.
Sure.
Yeah? You need a hand?
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So talk to us a bit about the project.
So the project I'm working on right now is porta cabins because in Mozambique many schools. Good morning.
Yeah. Right here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Many of our schools don't they're studying under the tree, and it's a situation that breaks my heart. So it's around 1,950 schools that don't have an infrastructure, a solid infrastructure for learning. Since I believe, and I feel like everyone believes that education is the key for success. So it's something that I've been working on, and it's something that I've wished to do and to finish in 10 years' time.
Beautiful.
I know something you wish to do. That's to dig into this breakfast.
Yeah.
And of course, it's Kotsi Chef Julius.
Julian. We finally got it done. So, Chef Julius, can you tell us what you put together?
This is penne arrabbiata, and it's made up of a modern sauce called tomato sauce.
Okay.
With tomato sauce with the penne onions.
Yeah, would you like to try it?
Yes. I'd love to.
All right,
yes,
wonderful.
Please,
Good.
I'd love to. Well, I must say that I dance sometimes when I eat Nigerian.
You dance?
I dance sometimes because of the chili.
Oh, pepper.
Yes,
Don't worry,
pepper.
this is purely Italian, I believe.
Oh, purely Italian?
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Okay.
Because I was watching the... and I was like...
Don't be worried, don't be worried, don't be worried.
Okay, let me try a little bit before they think that the queen eats too much. I'll eat it behind
So you're going to eat it behind the scenes,
yes,
huh? Okay.
comfortably.
Okay.
Great sense of humor.
Let me try.
That's interesting, really interesting, actually. All right.
Delicious.
Oh, wow. Okay. All
Well
right.
done, Chef
So the
Julius.
chili is okay? No, not too much?
Great.
All right, fantastic.
Wow.
All right.
Just on point.
Chef Julius, well done. Great one there. Great one there.
one.
All right. Thank you. Big shout out to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
And of course,
yeah.
a shout out to everyone who was on the show today, all the performers. For
I can't just stop looking at this crowd, man.
We had so much fun today on the show. Thank you, Marlise, for coming to talk to us.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
bringing
having
this
me.
beautiful crown to see us.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you so much.
That's such a lovely tiara.
It's a Tuesday, people. There's loads of work to do for the rest of the week, but we will be back here again tomorrow, 6 a.m. As always, make sure you have a great day, y'all. Bye.